Oh, that's a sick shot.
That was a sick shot.
Oh! Whoa! Whoa, Jamal! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, that's so fun.
Alright, so I'm gonna take this away. What's going on, people? We just watched episode 5 of Ahsoka. As you can see,
It's called The Shadow Warrior.
it is completely out of it. And so, Manir,
Spoilers from the start.
yeah, spoilers from the start. What did you think of this this episode? Where do we start?
Okay, so we'll start with the overarching plot. The overarching plot is Hera, Jason, Huyang, and Chopper looking for Ahsoka. Obviously, in the last episode she fell off, and majority said their bits is them looking for them, and so Jason sort of sensing her in the Force. Again, he's bringing the spirit of Kanan in there, and it was just fantastic. And Carson, let me tell you, Carson is a friend, because not like he blessed with Mando, he's blessed with Ahsoka. I like him, man. He should lead the Rebel fleet. I like him. But yes, that's them looking for Ahsoka. Now, so what's happening to Ahsoka while all this is happening is nothing short of mad. Okay, and as Star Wars fans everywhere, oh, Dave Filoni, oh, you know what you did there? You got me right in my emotions. I love you so much. You got me there. You got me. You caught me off guard there. That was amazing. Wow, you are a genius. So Cody looks like she's in the world between worlds, and obviously you saw in the last episode she's speaking to Anakin, right? But Anakin looks like he had a lesson to teach her, so we went back into her memories, right? And we went back into the Clone Wars. We saw Anakin wearing his first time seeing Hayden Christensen wearing his Clone Wars armor with the breastplate and all that stuff. We saw young Ahsoka. We saw all his clones. We saw the Walkers. I think they're called the LAATs or anyway. So we see, and it's because at one point, because you're trying to get her to fight him, right? When you trying to get a fight in the War Between Worlds, and they're fighting for him, like, go white. It looks like they're sparring, but obviously he cuts the gun, she goes and she lands obviously on one of the planets in the Clone Wars, and again you see Anakin's got short hair and all the lessons, like he's like, this is war, all of that stuff, and just seeing. So before we get to the flashback to the bit after that, and the way that flipping flashback ended, what was it like for you? Because fun fact, Jamal actually watched Clone Wars before I did. Okay, so
yeah,
what was it like
which is
for
very
you?
surprising.
Yeah,
but
because I watched it a bit later.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, just as to add to what Manir said, honestly, like, the way they've done this was class. Yeah, just seeing, like, getting to see live action Anakin from the Clone Wars with the same outfit, the armor and everything. And yeah, it was just crazy. Like, honestly, it was sick to see, see Anakin and Ahsoka communicating again, and just, he's still training her and stuff.
Seeing young Ahsoka as well, and she had a green lightsaber back always during the Clone Wars.
So shout out to the young actress that played Ahsoka. She done an amazing job.
I think I recognised her from somewhere. I'm not. I need to look it up. I think I recognise her from somewhere, but she's very talented.
She actually sounded exactly like her, so that was pretty cool.
Really. And so obviously, so you see them fighting on this desert planet and all that. In the Clone Wars, you see all the Clone Wars, clones running past them, and Anakin's talking to all of us, one of us, and he starts walking off into the distance, right? And then it's like a flash, and then it's Vader, right? And I lost it.
Yeah,
I lost it. The symbolism.
There was no need to be that source.
That was so sick.
It was like it was crazy.
That was sick. That was epic. That caught me off guard. There was no reason to be that cool. There was every reason to be that cool. Star Wars, I love it.
You know what? Shout out to Hayden for coming back, man. Sitting all through all these seasons, through Mandalorian's appearances, in Obi-Wan, like he's been killing it, man.
He's the guy, and let me tell you, it's when he was walking off, because the way it was framed, the way he was walking off, and he had his lightsaber, and Vince became saw him in flashback as Vader. This whole thing is like Anakin's Force Ghost trying to teach you a final lesson, a lower lesson sort of thing.
Mm.
Obviously, the next flashback is the Siege of Mandalore. You see her fighting the Darth Maul's Mandalorians, with the spikes and all that stuff. Obviously, you see Anakin say, I remember this one, because obviously they'd already separated at that point, right? And you see Rex. Rex was like to where he said like, come on, his guns, he's running off in the distance. I reckon I bet you saw Rex in the previous one, I think, but we're seeing him here when he ran up. We saw with his guns. That was Rex, and I believe that was Tamar Morrison as well, who voiced him. I'm pretty sure. And it'll been Tamar Morrison or D. Bradley Baker. I'll have to double check. But you see him there, and you see him again into the distance, and then you see. Anakin, his back and all that stuff, and he's like, saying, you're everything that I were. And then she was like, if I'm everything you were too, you're powerful. And obviously you mentioned what happened to Vader and all that. And then it's like, you sort of see, seemingly get angry, and his lightsaber's red. Seeing Anakin as Anakin with a red lightsaber was sick.
Yeah, and they even made sure to make his eyes look like when he was fighting Obi-Wan,
the yellow. Because having seen Anakin with seeing it's like Zero Suit Vader, seeing Vader with a red lightsaber as Anakin, and he was fighting, and he was like, she was like, I'm not gonna fight you, and he's like, he's fought her and all that. And there was one part when she got the upper hand and her eyes glowed yellow, right? And then she stopped, and then Anakin went down, and he knelt down. His eyes went back to normal, and he said, "There's hope for you yet." Because I knew that he was testing. He wanted to, because he wanted to see if she
had to make sure she don't go down the same path.
Yeah, and he's like, "There's hope for you yet." And I'm like, gosh, I loved, that was a Force vision. That was, that's Anakin's Force Ghost. That was, that was the war between worlds. Whatever that was, just seeing Anakin and Ahsoka together in the Clone Wars was great. Seeing Anakin train her, and also seeing Anakin test her to make sure that she wouldn't turn like he did. Because if she'd have killed him, even if it was his spirit, if she'd have killed him, I think it would have been sort of feeling like, oh, she turned. But because remember, when you think that, because she didn't, and when he was just like, "There's hope for you yet."
That's going to be one of the most rewatched scenes in this whole
That's been my favourite episode.
That's
been one of the best episodes of any
visually
show.
as well.
Oh gosh, I think
visually it's like up there with
top tier. For me, I could safely say that's a 10 out of 10 episode.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually like the fact that they've saved the Thrawn and all that stuff for the next episode. This episode focus on Anakin and Ahsoka.
This is a good, this is.
I wanted we were going to see Thrawn in this one, but obviously now we get to look forward to him in the next episode. I'm glad that they've focus episode on Ahsoka and Anakin and all that stuff, and they're saving Thrawn for his debut. And it's got to be in the next episode.
Yeah,
I'm itching for Thrawn. It's gonna be so cool. But I like the fact that they made it so this was about Ahsoka coming to terms with things, and we're gonna catch up more with Sabine and with Ahsoka, with Thrawn and with Ezra in the next episode, which will be really, really cool. I think my favourite shot easily is Anakin walking off into the distance and the flash him becoming Vader. Yeah. That for me was the best shot of the series so far. What about you? What's your favourite shot in this episode?
I'd say that. I like the wells as well. Like when Ahsoka was just looking at watching whales come over because I thought Ahsoka's cloak was sick in this.
Oh yeah, the whale.
Robes.
Oh, the whales. Yeah, I love these whales, man. Because when and they were just going. And also what I like is you see all the whales, and then there was like a big one. That's the main whale. And also shout out to Carson. Okay, he is. I like it because he's just there. He's there for people, man. Like when he helped out Mando, he's helping out. Like he's just good. He's such a good guy. I like. It's like all that stuff. So in this episode, we got. People always said they wanted a live action Clone Wars, right?
That's literally what we got. Yeah.
We got it. Anakin was fantastic. That was Anakin right there, man. And
shout out to Hayden, man. I'm glad he's getting the love he deserves. Now.
Yes, bro. You always deserve that, man. Love you, Hayden, man. And I think this episode, and Hera again. One thing that Rebels got so well, and why Ahsoka replicated so well, is you have so much love for these characters, like because it's a family. The whole point of Rebels is family. Like the Ghost Crew and all that stuff. It's family, and also Jason, I love. He's
Jason's solid. He's actually quite he's a big reason why they were able to find us.
Yeah, because he could hear the lightsaber. Because he could obviously he's force sensitive like his dad. I think for me, like just seeing like Clone Wars era Anakin, seeing Anakin be like, well, when he looked down, he smiled and he's like, "There's hope for you yet." I'm like, it was nice seeing good Anakin. It was nice seeing all the symbolism, all the stuff of him as Vader, but also showing this is what you could become with Vader, but she didn't.
Yeah,
and I think that was just such a powerful scene, and I think. This episode was fantastic. I mean, I can't lie. I'm emotionally spent. Like, and we had a long day at work as well. We needed this. This was worth the wait. And I tell you,
it was.
I think for me, again, I keep saying it. We're in a wonderful renaissance of Star Wars. Like, I feel like this is why. This gets the fantasy element of it so beautifully done. Like, bro, seeing the Clone Wars in live action, is just incredible. Obviously, I know we saw it towards the Attack of the Clones in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith, but seeing Anakin in his Clone Wars armor was just brilliant. And again, it's for me, Ahsoka so far the series has been top tier. I mean, I know I'm biased because I love Star Wars, and you'll be biased because Ahsoka, because again. He loved Ahsoka from day one, didn't you, man? She's amazing. So, guys, I think I've spoken about everything in this episode. Guys, let us know what you thought. I don't think I've been this emotionally affected by an episode of Star Wars since the Obi-Wan finale.
Yeah.
Again, which is there's something about redemption. About somebody, I feel like when Ahsoka lost Anakin, and then Obi-Wan, just seeing Hayden Christensen about it, again, it was fantastic.
And it's kind of peak for Ahsoka because she never really got to say goodbye in a weird way, you know what I mean.
So him seeing that, just him seeing like the bit when he said there's hope for you yet, and I'm like that's Anakin saying well done. Again, I reckon now the next half of the series is going to be about Ahsoka, dealing with Thrawn. I feel like there's definitely a definitive part where this first half, was about them, trying to track down what's going on, all that stuff, and the next half is going to be about Thrawn. That's what I love about this series. Like this series, in this one episode, gave us Anakin, Clone Wars Anakin, gave us Rex. And did all of that. Did all of that. Gave us all this images of Clone. And the images, the Clone Wars scenes were so good. The bit of him walking on, hearing talking about war and all that stuff. And Ahsoka saying that's not all she wants to be, and all the fact that this was a test. In the end, he was just there like. I like the fact that because I knew she wasn't gonna stab him with a lightsaber. I knew, and also he's obviously he's like a vision and all that stuff. But when he just said, "Let's hope for you," I'm like. I hope so. I hope that. So I reckon the next half of the series is going to be about Thrawn. I cannot wait. That's the thing. Like this episode was amazing, and we still haven't got Thrawn yet. That's going to be another level of epicness. Yes, it is.
Yeah, just one thing I'll say: if you haven't watched Rebels, watch it. It adds to the effect of this series
so much. Go and watch Rebels.
It is. I know people say you don't have to watch Rebels, which is technically true, but
watch
it
Rebels.
does. There's a lot of like Easter eggs.
So much, man. You'll get, and also
Rebels is a good story.
It's an incredible story, and also, guys, get to know Jason's dad, because Jason's dad was a legend, and he I don't, no spoilers, but he was a hero, and he was great. He was great, and you get to see like Darth Maul in it. You get to see other Inquisitors. Again, just go and check out Rebels, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, guys, let us know your thoughts. I don't think I'm going to recover from that. That was just amazing. And if we do see Anakin again, imagine if it's at the end of the series, right?
It'll probably be a Force Ghost.
It'll be a Force Ghost. But imagine it's just him sort of talking there, and he's just there, and Anakin's saying, "I think she's going to be okay," and we just see Luke saying to him, "I think you're right, Father." I'll be like, "Oh, I would like to see Luke and Anakin again. I'd like to see, but yeah, just saying, and that was everything. That was everything I wanted with Anakin this series. You're calling us snips, them trained together. That was everything, and we got to see glimpses of him as Darth Vader and seeing him for red lights. Anyways, guys, let us know what you thought. Keep being amazing. Keep being you. Remember, this entire wide galaxy is better because you're here in it, and I love you. Keep being amazing, guys, and take care.